Hello, Wildcats. My name is Daniel Gonzalez. I am the Director for Advising for the Bachelor General Studies degree that is offered here at the University of Arizona through the College of Humanities. We often get that question of what is a Bachelor of General Studies degree? And in short, it is a break from the traditional majors that you might find here at the University of Arizona that gives you a lot of flexibility through a multidisciplinary approach to build your own major. It does give you a lot of freedom, but it doesn't mean you have access to all the courses here at U of A. But you do have literally access to hundreds of courses to build that major. So no two students ever really look exactly alike. The way it works, the major is broken down into two different components, actually three components. So you have your general education requirements that are required by any major here at the University of Arizona, including the foundations of composition, second language, and math. Composition, just like any other major, requires that you meet one of the three strands of composition. Traditionally, most students are English 101 and 102. For second language, it requires second semester proficiency. And for math, it requires the general strand of math to meet that requirement for general studies. Of course, you do the rest of Tier 1 and Tier 2 to meet the general education requirements. Then you move into the actual major, which is broken down thematically. Students work out of 6 different themes for what we call a main emphasis. You would choose one of those themes to be your main emphasis, in which the majority of your coursework for your major would come from that thematic area. Those thematic areas include social behavior and human understanding, sports and society, science, technology, health and society, global and intercultural understanding, economy and industry, and finally, arts, media, and entertainment. You would choose one of those 6 to be your main emphasis. Then you would also choose 3 more to be small concentrations in which you choose 3 courses in each of those small concentrations. Those include the same themes that I just identified, along with one extra you could choose from, which is called Study of American Experience. In saying that, as I mentioned before, there are no 2 students that look exactly like ever. You literally have hundreds of course options. Not every course, again, on campus is applied to general studies, or gives you access to the courses, but you do literally have hundreds of options. That freedom is wonderful, but it's also a challenge sometimes, because it's up to you then to choose the classes you want to apply towards the thematic areas that you have chosen in your field. Okay? There are many students who come into U of A who choose another major coming in and then move their way into general studies. And so what students often ask us is, how will this coursework that I did in another major apply to general studies? Well, we have a lot of flexibility, and so in general, we're usually able to use the coursework that you've utilized somewhere else into general studies too, even if it's not on the prescribed list of courses that you would see as a general studies student. So again, there's lots of flexibility in declaring general studies. There is a senior capstone that is mandatory for students to take as well. You typically take that your final semester of your senior year, and some other opportunities that you might have that are really important actually to take advantage of in general studies would be internships. So we're allowed to use 6 credits of internship in your major emphasis area, and we're allowed to use 3 more credits in one of your concentration. So this is a great way to get that engagement experience, to get your foot in the door, to hopefully open up that door to whatever field you're trying to get into. And that's often the question that students come to us is like, how do I use general studies? And to contextualize that, it's like, how do you use any other major? It's important that you're engaged with whatever it is you're trying to do in the future. I always tell my students, the students who are most proactive while they're here at U of A in their major are the ones who, the final semester, they're not really worried about what they're doing afterwards, because they've already secured that. They're just kind of finishing up their last semester because they're very active while they're here at the University of Arizona over their 4 years. So it's important that you're engaged, and that's where these internships are. They're so important. They can be done anywhere in the world, literally, once and applied to your degree. So that's a good way to get your foot in the door. Again, if you have questions, the Bachelor of General Studies is housed in the College of Humanities. Again, my name is Daniel Gonzalez. I am the director for advising for Bachelor of General Studies, but we have a fine staff that can help you on this academic journey should you choose the Bachelor of General Studies degree as your major. Have a great day.